It's
Speech off. Speech on. 4G, 120, orientation, 120p, Combank. Speech off.
It's 10 minutes to go till a support worker turns up. So my secret little recording starts now. I shouldn't say secret little recording, but yeah. While I'm waiting for my support worker, I think I will talk. So I had heaps of food today. I had the rest of that coleslaw, which was a medium-sized tub, and there was probably 2/3 of it left, so I ate it all. I don't know about the state of that chicken. I might have to probably chuck it in the bin. I could probably eat the rest of it tonight, but then I'd have to chuck it out. Whatever I don't eat has to go in the bin tomorrow. I had a whole heap of yogurt. I'll be eating the rest of it tomorrow. And had a bucket or more of water today. If you imagine it as a 5 litre bucket, I probably drank that much in bucketfuls of water. So, I haven't died yet, so do I care? Nope. Don't give a shit. Whatever. I just drank whatever I wanted to drink, and I had 2 sandwiches with ham and salami on both of them. I'll probably end up eating more sandwiches later. We'll see how I feel. So yeah, I ate quite a bit, and now I'm just, I was reading a bit before, decided I didn't like one of the books that I was reading. Some religious nutter had written a book about how there's only one truth and everything else is a lie, and, if it's not in the Bible, it's not true, and all this religious shit that she's written. It amazes me that some religious freaks realise where they are and quickly turn 180 degrees and come back to the real world. And other people remain religious nutcases for the rest of their lives until the day they die. And wild horses wouldn't change their mindset even to the deathbed. You know, it amazes me. Anyway, this religious nutcase wrote this stupid book claiming it to be from God and all this crap. Okay, she was saying what the Bible says. I don't have a problem with people saying this is what the Bible says. And don't take it like stone. If people are saying, "Oh, I read the Bible and I'm only telling you what I read about," okay, that's right. But that doesn't mean everything else is wrong. It just means that you're saying what the Bible said. That doesn't mean you have to suddenly interpret that as everything else being untrue or wrong. It just means that you're talking about what you've read about in the Bible. But some of these religious nutcases take things way too far over the top and think, oh well, if I've read what the Bible says and it's true, then all of a sudden everything else is wrong because it's not biblical. Well, yeah, I have a problem with that. But anyway, I have a problem with the way these nutcases seem to think that their way is the only right way, and you just think, oh, fuck off, man, you bloody hypocrite. So I disliked the book, and I removed the download, and I hid the book. I essentially did all of that, and yeah. When I've got myself a brand new phone, I will be unhiding, essentially, all of my books and then getting rid of ones that I know I don't like. Which is... out of 100 books, there will be at least 2 books that I don't like. The rest of them are fine. I don't really like reading many of the Christian books because they're just fake. There is one Christian book that I really like. Yeah, it's awesome. Because they tell you that they're just saying what is in the Bible and that, and what other people have said and what's true and what isn't, but they're not holding you to it. They're not basically saying, oh, you're lying if you believe this, and if you believe that, you're wrong. They're not saying all of that. Absolutely not. There is another book called Strange Fire. I haven't read that yet, but it sounds okay. It is another Christian book, but it's probably not as... well, it could be fanatical, but it's not as radicalised. Not as radicalised. It certainly tells you what the Bible reckons and all this stuff, but they don't radicalise you into thinking that you have to be wrong. That's just like radicalism. Oh, everything else is wrong and I'm right, and everything I say is right, but everything you think is and say is wrong. I'm sick of that bloody crap that people go on with. Even worse, they'll go on with an open letter to their family. It's like, but their family already knows what they think and feel. They don't need to reiterate what the family already knows. If it's so true, you wouldn't have to convince yourself that it's true. You would just believe it and move on with life and live and behave like what you think is true without having to convince everybody and convince yourself that it's true. Like they always say, action is louder than words. So, I don't care what people say. I don't care what I read. I care what people do. just like those ambulance workers when I tell them I'll be going downstairs to get my phone from my unit so I can ring people to say that Jono's sick and that. I tell them what I mean and then I go ahead and I do it. Just like they can talk to me, but what they're saying means nothing. But if they actually do something to reiterate what they've said, then they probably mean fucking business. About being deadly serious about making sure I don't trip on the stairs or anything. They're probably deadly bloody serious because they're talking and acting like they're gonna panic if I try to race down the stairs. But, oh well. Oh well, whatever. I just waited for the ambulance worker to take Jono to the ambulance on Tuesday morning and then ran off down the stairs when he wasn't going to do much about chasing me down and making sure I'm okay. So yeah, what people say means nothing until they start doing something. So yeah, I ended up disliking a book, and so, well, this Strange Fire book. Never read it before, but I'm about to give it a mosey and see what it's like. For all I know, I could dislike the book as well. It could be another religious nut job of a written bloody thing. It's funny how all the religious nut jobs in the world says that their own book is the right book, and all the other books are wrong. They can't all be right, they can't all be wrong. So, yeah, what the fuck is what I can end up saying at the end of the day. But 99% of the books that I read are awesome. There's just that 1% of books that I don't like. So if I were to download 100 books, there would be at least 2 of them that I don't like. So, I might turn the air off before I go, because, I don't want to leave it on and find that when I get back home it'll be cool enough to have it turned off anyway. And so, leaving it on would be a waste of power if I won't even need it on later anyway. It'll be a different story in November, totally different story. I'll need it on all day and all night, but until then, I just have it on during the day and turn it off when it's nearly 4 o'clock if I'm going out I'll turn it off at about 2. And then if I'm going to stay here, I'll turn it off at about 4 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to cook some rice with my chicken stir fry tonight. Oh, I forgot about had to throw the potatoes in the bin because they're all yucky. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That sort of sucks. Oh, big yawn. So I'll be getting chicken stir fry and God only knows what else. I also found out today the Commonwealth Bank is offline. It's crashed. So the only way to get any money or transfer any money is literally to go into the bank to do it. I don't agree with that, so I don't go in there to do it. But it just tells me that I need to set up a new bank account, and I need to set my pension details into my new bank account, and my NDIS stuff into my new bank account, and close off my get rid of the current bank that I'm with. I'm thinking about doing it, but then I've never gotten around to doing it, never have, so I don't know at all, do not know. I would not have a clue.
Speech on 1:37 p.m. Screen locked.
Don't know where I'll be getting picked up today. I thought it would be by now.
.39 p.m. 100% charged. First. Twitter. Books. Twitter. What? YouTube. Recorder HQ. Recorder HQ. Settings. Pause. Stop. Button. Stop. Pause. Minus iPhone microphone. Minus 30. Pause. Stop. Button.
Well, I might upload this recording and I will do another recording soon.
Stop. Button.